All right then, good morning and a warm welcome. Awkward Freedom from Concern Movement Coffee Break Manifestation Show. Awesome having you guys here, and like I promised in the previous video, we will do a little releasing and letting go and let God have His wonderful way on the concept of being separate, experiencing fear, and therefore having lack manifested in our lives. I'm going to recap a little bit so that we just can get our brain minds wrapped about the context of what we're training and teaching on here. So number one is we're teaching on the concept of how to tap into your natural state of unlimited love and abundance starting right now. Now you have to realize that your natural state is that of having an unlimited love and abundance being manifested in your life. I've said this so often in our previous videos. You were born rich, conditioned to be poor. You were born happy, conditioned to be unhappy. You were born healthy, conditioned to be sick. Okay, now we can change that around, and I'll show you the method that we're going to use henceforth. Now, just for the sake of interest, next week on Thursday evening at 7, we will have a webinar on this subject in greater detail, 45 minutes to 1 hour, and I'll give you the detail through so that you can tap into that, and I'll show you how to do that, like I said, in greater detail, and we'll experience the liberation of having instead of wanting. So back to our little model here. Most people for ages now has been unhappy with their circumstances. Okay, so for me, working with people, all people that I work with in my office, and mostly people that I work with, like with you now, currently want to have a different life. Now, let me ask this question quickly from you, and then we'll carry on with our training session, okay? Do you want to live a better life than you currently are living? Do you want to have financial freedom? Do you want to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and healed? Now, most people will react by saying, yes, of course, adamantly, I want to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and healed, having a better life than I currently have. Now, unfortunately, you will never have a better life. Why not? Okay, because you've used the word want. Want is a perpetual word. Want is lacking. The moment you say, I want something, you are saying to your subconscious mind, I don't have it. Okay? You've got that? So we have to change that around. Now, all of us are born into this world, coming from the Garden of Eden, where we have been provided with every single thing in our lives, being created in the image of God. And then we run into those dangerous groups of people, which is parents, teachers, and preachers. You know, except yours now. I mean, your parents taught you every single thing about abundance, about savings, about creating wealth, financial freedom, being happy. Okay. All right. I'm just mentioning this so that we can evaluate the essence of what I'm trying to say here. All right. So we are born into a world of wanting, a world of need, a world of lacking. Okay. So if we say, I want a better life, then that is saying, I don't have it now. And your subconscious mind will give you what you want and not what you don't, or what you want to have. Okay. You've got that, so we have to change that around. So when we look at our model, we explained that there's a process of transformation. Now, transformation, the word transformation breaks up in over, above, and beyond your own ability. Transformation, action in changing into a different reality. Now, most people tap into transformation, but it stops there, okay? It's not a consistent experience every single day. So what we do is we have to understand that when we intend to apply transformation, we have to apply change and then integration. In other words, you have to change your habits. You have to change the old you. You can't take your old you into a new story, okay, if that's your intention. You intend to create a new story, financial freedom, spiritually, intellectually, emotionally, socially, physically, financially, and in all your relationships. You intend to be free. You intend to experience more than enough. Does that still make sense? Okay. Now, to do that, we have to change our way of thinking. You have to change the way you make choices in life, because you are free to choose, but you are never free from the consequences of your choices. Okay. Hold before your life and death, you choose. Now, it's easy to see what kind of choices you made in the past, because just check your reality. Reality don't lie. In a world of experience, it's only the experience that counts. Makes sense, guys and girls? Okay. So just be honest with yourself. Okay. And see where you've missed the essence of making more frequently choices that liberate your thinking, your feeling, and therefore your experience. Okay, so when we look at this concept, we see an unhappy face always functions from a wanting perspective. That is lack, okay? Now, there's a gap, and my function, like I've said in the previous videos, is to help you bridge that gap. I'm going to teach you beliefs and skills to bridge the gap so that you can experience whatever you intend to experience, a life of exquisiteness, the life of your dream by design instead of default. Okay, so there's the having. So when we look at the model here, down here, wanting will always create a sense of separateness, a sense of fear, and therefore a sense of lack. There is nothing wrong with having things. There's something wrong with wanting things. Okay, so havingness brings oneness, love, and therefore abundance being expressed in your life. You don't have to create abundance. Abundance is there. It's the only thing that's out there in the universe. There's not only one leaf on a tree. There's not only one drop of water in the ocean. There's not only one grain of sand in the desert. There is more than enough for every single person to have and to share and to just be abundant, love, and experience the oneness of the grace of God being manifest in your lives. Okay? Now, I'll elaborate more on this on next week, Thursday evening, when we do the webinar. But for now, let's just get into this. Okay, so let me explain to you. When we are born into this world of want now, a perpetual word, lack. Okay, when we are born in this world of want, there is three things that most people, if not all people, adamantly all people, intend to have in their lives, but they start off with wanting. That is wanting approval, wanting control, and wanting to feel safe. Now again, there's nothing wrong with having approval, having control, and being safe, but there is something wrong with wanting those things, because want is yes, you're right, a perpetual word, okay, and you'll never let go of anything while you are still wanting that being manifested in your life. Make sense, guys and girls? Okay, so we want to get the clouds out of the way, let the sun of righteousness shine over every single person, and we have the abundance that's been promised to us. Now, before we carry on, I'll explain to you, and then just go and get yourself a pen and do this exercise with me. I know we've done it in the previous video, but just for the sake of reminding you, because repetition is the mother of all skills. Okay. Now you take a pen, any kind of pen, round object, and put it in your hand and squeeze it as tightly as possible. Okay, just squeeze it. Go ahead and squeeze it. If you haven't got a pen, stop the video, go get yourself a pen, do the exercise with me. It'll help you to experience it physically in your body. So squeeze this pen as tightly as possible, okay, as hard as possible. That makes sense, okay? Now, the question is this comfortable? Now, for most people, no, it's not comfortable. The other question is, can you get used to it? For most people, yes, you can get used to it while it's still uncomfortable. Now, this is the experience of life. There is so many things that we are uncomfortable with, but we're holding on to that because most probably we just don't know how to let go. Okay, now the next exercise is just open your hands and roll this pen around in your hand. Can you see it's not fixed to your hand? It's loose, it's rolling around there. Okay, you've got that. Have you done that? Now hold the pen up like that, open your hand like this, and bang, there you go. That's how easy it is to let go of your wants so that you can experience to have. Again, I'm going to repeat this. We are born into a world of wanting, lack, in other words. And the three main things most people want in their lives is wanting approval, wanting to be in control, and wanting to feel safe. Now, just ask yourself, how many things have you did yesterday and the week before that and the past year to get approval from other people, to get approval from yourself? Now, again, there's nothing wrong with having approval. There's something wrong with wanting approval. Okay, you've got that, guys and girls? Okay, so we'll just touch on the essence of what we're going to explain here, and then on Thursday evening, I'll explain that in greater detail and run through that. Now, the Bible says what you fear is what you'll get. So if you don't fear anything, that means you will be free. You will not get a parking ticket. You will not get you'll not be sick. You will not have financial problems. You will not have relationship problems. It's the fear of those things that attract it in our lives. Now, the moment the fear are there, you're going to say, I don't want this. And guess what? Where your focus is, your attention is, energy flows, substance manifests in your life. Okay, you've got that. We have to change our focuses to a great extent. Now, how do we actually do that? You have to say to yourself, this is the three most important questions, except now, how will my unlimited love and abundance be manifested in my life currently? Okay, now, here's the key, is to understand there's three questions. First thing is, could I let go of this problem? Could I let go of this experience? Could I let go of this emotion? Of course you can, okay? Just showed you can. It's as easy as that. Just open your hand, open your heart, and let it go. The second question, however, is a little bit more difficult to answer, and that is, is would. Would you let go of this problem? Would you let go of this feeling? Would you let go of this financial lack, etc.? Okay. Now, there's the key, because most people say, yes, I do intend to let go of this. I do want to want now lack perspective. Okay. Now, the moment you do that and you look at your own life and you see that it's not happening, that means on a subconscious level you did not want to let it go. Your intention was not letting it go. Remember in the previous video I explained, God said, let there be light, and there was light. How did that happen instantaneously? Because there was no counter intentions and there was no distractions. Got that, guys and girls? Okay, just be honest with yourself in regards to that. All right. So it's, could you let go? Would you let go? And then the third important question is when? When do you intend to let go of this? Next week, next year, 5 years from now? Now? In this present moment? My recommendation is make that choice. Say, okay, I could let this go. My intention is to let it go now. Could you, would you, and when? Got that, guys and girls? All right. Now, shall we do a little exercise here in regards of this, and we'll keep this as short as possible, and I'll explain this to a greater extent next week, Thursday, during our webinar. So the first thing that I want between brackets now, okay, you to do now in this specific moment is to just become aware of your body. Just relax and let your body go soft. Just relax. Okay, relax. Come on, I know you can. Okay, don't try and relax. That'll never happen. Just allow your body to go soft, relax. There you go. Okay. Now, while you are in this relaxed state, just breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. More and more relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, become aware of your feeling centers. Your stomach, solar plexus, your heart, back of your neck, shoulder blades, back of your shoulders. Just become aware of your feeling centers. Are there any tension there? Now, if you become aware of any tension there, it's just negative energy that's stuck. And it wants to leave, between brackets now, wants to leave. It wants to leave. But it will not leave unless you give it permission to leave. Okay, that's the wonder of the human body and the psychological presence of the brain-mind. Okay, so just make that choice and say to this stuck energy, negative feeling, stuckness, just, I give you permission to leave. Just do it. I give you permission to leave. How does it feel now? Now, if there's still a little bit stuck energy there, negative stuckness, feeling of constriction, just repeat the process. I give you permission to leave. All right. Now, think about something that you fear currently, that you have a concern about, or that you worry. Maybe it's a lack of finances, maybe it's the lockdown, maybe it's a relationship problem. Whatever it's there, whatever pops into your brain mind now, just say to yourself, okay, I acknowledge that this is here. Because if you don't acknowledge it, you can't let it go. If you don't acknowledge it, there's resistance, and what you resist will persist. Okay, just acknowledge, I'm concerned about my financial freedom. I'm concerned about the lockdown. I'm concerned about my relationships. I'm worried about that. There's a fear, underlying fear there. Now bring it up. And can you let that go? When is your intention to let it go? Well, I trust you're saying now. Now, could you let it go? And more. Just bring it up. Bring that fear up. Bring that concern up. Bring that worry up. And let it go. Just let it go. More. And more. And more. Become aware of that feeling. Become aware of that concerns. Because there's not only one, there's always a lot of them underlying there. One thing that you experience first. Okay, just bring it up, service it. It's like the links on a chain when you anchor a boat. You pull up that anchor, and there's a link by link that surfaces above the water. Now bring it up. Bring up another fear. Doesn't matter what it is. Like I said, financial concerns, relationship concerns, the lockdown, frustration, depression, anger. Just bring it up. Could you let it go? When? And more. Just let it go. Just let it go. And more. and more. Bring up that fear, another fear, bring up another fear, and let it go, and more, and more. Okay, now you've had a taste of what we're doing here, and in our training session next week on Thursday evening on the webinar, I'll explain all of this to a greater extent, and we'll do a lot of releasing and letting go, and let God have His wonderful way in regards to this. Now, in our next video, the next short video that we're going to do, I'm going to explain to you what is the skills that you need with the beliefs that support it to become financially free. And financial freedom for different people means different things. For me, it's doing what I intend to do, whenever I intend to do, with whomever I intend, as long as they want to do it with me, want now perpetual, just using it as an explanation. Okay, that's financial freedom. It's not selling my hours for money. It's selling value, contributing value and being remunerated for that fairly. Okay, that's financial freedom. More than enough. God is able and just, Ephesians 3:20, to give exceedingly abundantly above that which you pray, ask, or even think about, according to this wonderful power, your imagination that's working inside you. Okay, I'll explain that to you in greater detail. Now, as I end off, as always, remember to have fun. It's just a choice. And just scroll down there, leave a comment, and make me aware if there's something that you intend to let go of. There's any fears, concerns, worries. And I'll explain that, and I'll incorporate that in the next training session, okay? So scroll down there, like the video, and just leave a comment. It's awesome for me to experience your feedback, and I feel there's a connection between us when I read the feedback, and I always answer all the feedback. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video, and again, have fun. It's a choice. Okay, have fun.